was worth the You look amazing. Oh my god.
10 seconds to compose myself.
Can you grab my thing? I got you.
Okay, Camille, Riley, face each other and hold you.
Riley. Oh, we don't know yet.
Not yet.
Okay, as long as they're in there.
From the four corners of the earth, he says, so be it. Continue on your beautiful journey of life.
Thank you, Alpha.
Is it on?
And everyone hear me all right?
It's not on.
No? Check. Try it now?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. We're gathered here today in this beautiful setting to finally celebrate the marriage of Neil and Riley. Diane and I are overjoyed to welcome all of you. And please, if anyone thinks this marriage should not take place, please stand and speak now or forever hold your peace. Also, I want a clear shot at you. Marriage is a bond not stepped into lightly or without thought. It is my opinion, possibly the most important and wonderful decision you'll make in your life. By design of true marriage, you will spend the rest of your entire life with this person. You'll go through all of the curveballs and joys that life throws at you with this person. You'll cry with this person. You'll have this person to lean on. And more importantly, this person to lean on you. It is true marriage. Marriage is not just a piece of paper or a convenient living arrangement or smart choice at the time. Done correctly, it is a mindset, a way of life. Truly giving yourself to another human. Knowing you will never give up, no matter what. I believe this with all my heart. All in, as they say. My father told me on my wedding day, Michael, marriage is a 75-75. If you think you're meeting in the middle, you're not doing enough. And that was all he said. Wow. I mean, a little more. And after 36 years, Viv, Lloyd, where's the instructions? You know, I'm still looking for them. Just kidding. It's really simple yet very complicated. For the rest of your life now, you don't just have to be a better person for you. You have to be a better person for someone else. Let that sink in for me. Love in a marriage. This is not easy to truly explain, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I know you love each other, no doubt. It is there in your eyes every time I see you both. Every day you will wake up together now as husband and wife. And this defines you. This is how you will introduce each other. It's not, hey, this is my old lady, or, this is my girlfriend, this is my wife.
Really saying fiance.
This is
so
my,
that's good.
this is my husband.
Yes.
That bears weight, and it bears consciousness. And throughout this wonderful journey called life, you'll be like two trees planted together, separate but very close. You will grow more together until you are two trees with one base, still unique and different, but with a joined base that makes you much stronger than you could ever be individually. Like the vines on this harbor. You'll live in the same spot of earth, grow from the same sunshine and rain, enough to bend together the storms together, always together. Occasionally, lightning will strike, but I know once you grow together, as one true base, you are both much stronger and happier than two lone trees. Once again, I can only speak from experience and from what I've witnessed. Still looking for the instructions. Do the reading?
Yeah,
Yep.
my ring out.
I wasn't sure when. Okay. So glad to see everyone here. Vivian and I wanted to do this together as the mothers of our prides. The art of marriage. Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue through all the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together to face the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It is doing things to each other rather than themselves, of duty or sacrifice in the spirit of joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is finding room for the spirit and soul. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is establishing a relationship in which the happiness and independence is equal. Dependence is mutual and the obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. It is discovering what marriage can be as it is the best. By Wilfred Arlen Peterson. It's beautiful. We wish you the best. Be private.
I can speak of the role models of marriage in your lives that you've been fortunate enough to be a part of. But every marriage that I know is different. Same leaves on a tree, but every tree is different. Such will be your life together. That is, with every true marriage, it is formed by the circumstances, events, causes, and effects of the wonderful roller coaster we call life. I read once from a good friend of mine that life lived correctly is not a calm, gentle trip. If done correctly, it comes to the end with tires squealing sideways, with dirt flying, saying, man, what a ride. Make it that right. Always. But always together. For better, for worse, for richer, for poor, and sickness and in health are not just words. It is your life now. Anyone who is married truly knows that. It has already started. The road to get here has certainly not been easy. At all. At all. But today celebrates it and makes it official. And I am truly honored to be able to perform this ceremony. Ready? Neil Berneche, from this day forward, forsaking all others, do you take Riley to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do you part? Neil Berneche, Riley Damon, from this day forward, do you take Neil to be your lawfully wedded husband, forsaking all others, to have and to hold, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do you part? At this point, I'd like the ring bearer to please come forward.
Yes, come on. Yes, Mom. Come on, yes. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, boy.
That's the cutest ring bearer ever.
You did good.
Just one. The ring.
I did it. Okay.
You did for a moment. The ring is a symbol of this union. Eternal, everlasting, infinite, quite beautiful, I might add. As will be your life together. By placing them on each other and repeating after me, you hereby pledging your love and devotion to each of you for the rest of your life, eternal, everlasting, and infinite. Pick the ring. Place it on Riley's finger. Riley Amber Damon.
Riley Amber Damon.
I take you to be my lawfully wedded wife,
I take you to be my lawfully wedded wife,
with all that I am,
with all that I am,
and all that I have.
and all that I love.
I pledge myself to you for the rest of my life.
I pledge myself to you for the rest of my life.
With this ring I thee wed.
This ring I do wed.
Place it on his finger, please. Neil Matthew Berneche, I take you to be my lawfully wedded husband,
I take you to be my lawfully wedded husband,
with all that I am,
with all that I am,
and all that I have.
with all that I have.
I pledge myself to you
I pledge myself to you
for the rest of my life.
for the rest of my life.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
By the power vested in me in the territory of the Virgin Islands, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Go enjoy life. Make it a ride. She wanted a place to lay down.
She tried on my wedding gown. She sat on it.
Thank you all very much.
Great job. That was awesome. You did it.
wanna hang around, hold your hand, we're 100. You make love feel so real, so simple and honest. In every breath and every kiss, yeah, the thing about you is, doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, I'll be wrapped around your finger. You got me till we run out of time. With your poor rain or shine, the wind's gonna blow wherever it goes, and the road is gonna wind. Doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, forevermore I'll be yours, you'll be mine. Doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, I'll be wrapped around your finger. You got me till we run out of time. With your poor rain or shine, the wind's gonna blow wherever it goes, and the road is gonna wind. Doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, forevermore I'll be yours, you'll be mine. Now, Riley, if there's another man who'd like to have a dance with you. Get Riley's dad up on the dance floor.
I'll take that slow, sweet. Just how blessed his life will be. I know 'cause all those years ago, your mom handed you to me. Every step of the way brings back memory. When it snows and more shows and dancing on the beach, I can't help thinking I'm the lucky one. Still my baby daughter, and now I've gained a son. I'll take that slow, sweet walk with you. You will let go of my hand and say I do. He will discover just how blessed his life will be. I know 'cause all those years ago, your mom handed you to me. Don't pass up the chance to put each other first. Now that you're found, for better or for worse, don't let the beauty of this life pass you by.
choose the one that means the most to you. And one door opens to another door closed. I hope you keep on searching till you find the window. Let's hold inside. Show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. Now while you're out there getting where you're getting to, hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. Hope you always forgive, but you never regret. And you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my way. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. Never need to carry more than you can hold. While you're out there getting where you're getting to, hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. Oh, this is my wish. This is my wish.
Good evening, everyone. Again, we'd like to welcome everyone and thank everyone for coming to this joyous event. And I'd like to call up Patrick O'Connor, the best man, for the bride and groom toast. Everybody have a glass in hand.
All right. Before I get started, everybody, I think we should take a quick drink anyways. Because I gotta say, just getting here is, Jesus Christ, I think we can all agree it's been pretty rough. So everybody, raise your drinks real quick and throw a little bit down. All right. So I know personally, trying to get into this trip, it's really stressed the hell out of me. So I can't imagine how bad it's been for those two, especially Riley, and the lasting mental damage it has probably caused. Hopefully she gets over it eventually. But now that we're finally onto the fun part, I think it's time to have fun. As for the speech, I had the honor of receiving the title of Best Man for this momentous day. And that is something I'm truly proud of. Because simply put, Neil is one of the best individuals that I have ever met in my life. Not only because of his tremendous quality of character, but his unwavering loyalty to his friends and family, and even his unparalleled work ethic. Which, by the way, Lloyd, you could have toned that one down a little bit, and he still would have been just fine. I don't think I'll ever forget, there was one time, coming back from a friend's birthday party in Boston. I was driving home, pretty hungover and sleep deprived. And when I finally made it home, I swan dived onto my bed, and as soon as my face hit the pillow, Neil kicked in the door behind me. Came in with a smile on his face and asked me if I was ready to start all the yard work around the house. I stared at him for a moment, wondering if he was being serious or not. And when I realized that he was, I just asked, for the love of God, man, can we just do it tomorrow? He gave me a funny look and said we could, but we should do it now. And then he walked out of the room and waved for me to follow. Gotta say, that was a rough one, but we trimmed the shit out of those bushes. But as to the matter of the day, which is the union of these two, I can't help but point out the fact that I have known Neil since before I have functioning memories. But from what I'm told, we got along just fine back in the day. And he was really surprised by that, because I'm a pretty easy guy to get along with. No laughing? Man. But in all the time that I've known him, I never met any sort of legitimate girlfriend. There may have been a lady here or there, but nothing remotely serious. So when Riley moved into the Concord Street house with us, it was just kind of like, oh shit, this is serious. Anytime. Fortunately, I had already known Riley, and even called her a friend as well. So I was pretty pumped to see their relationship progress. There may have been a bump or two in the beginning, but that didn't last for long, and what relationship doesn't have that? It needs to work out the kinks a little bit. Before long, the chemistry between the two of them became noticeable to even those as oblivious as myself. And it was not long before a betting man would rather wager them ending up in this very moment that we find ourselves in over any other. And considering the fact that this is the 4th attempt at a wedding, I think it's safe to say that it's meant to be. Because they've had a lot of chances to back out of this one. And we're still here, so I think they're in it for the long haul. So I'd like to raise an official toast to Neil and Riley, and to any little ones they may grace us with down the road. They may be doomed to never reach the 6 foot tall mark. They've been pretty fortunate to land in the family that they have. Yeah. So, to Neil and Riley, everybody, let's get those drinks up in the air.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, no worries. You liked it? Let me get my right hand in here.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to be a while before I compliment you to your face, so I hope you liked it.
Yeah, that was
I'd
awesome.
like to
Oh my
ask
God.
Heather Barstow to come up. Heather has been our spare child. We have been known as the Sparrows. Riley and Heather have been friends since, they were both walking like this, holding our hands when they met. And Heather's been part of our family ever since.
It's been an absolute pleasure. There we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is Heather, and I'm so glad to finally be here. I've known this beautiful woman for what I guesstimate to be 28 of my 31 years on this planet. And it is easily and obviously my oldest chosen relationship. They say in about 7 years' time, every cell in your body has been recycled and replaced. You're essentially a completely different person every 7 years. That means that inside of our 30 years, we've been 4 different versions of ourselves. We've grown and endured so many things. The sheer number of memories that we have that are exactly the same is mind-boggling. Riley, there's no one else on the planet with as much shared experience and memory as I have with you. It's incredible the way that we can read each other's faces, and subsequently minds, it's how I knew that Neil was the one for you. When Riley and Neil first met, Riley was about to move here for an epic and spontaneous adventure. I think that's a mighty fine way to spend your young adult life, but I'm so grateful things didn't fall that way, because if she left, we would all be sad strangers tonight instead of being here together. Riley has always been a strong-willed and free spirit, and when Neil came around, he was so quiet and serious. He had me totally fooled. He's a gentleman among gentlemen, but he's also got the poker face of a professional gambler. I thought he was way too serious for my friend. I remember thinking, oh my God, she's gonna eat him alive. Then I found out that he loves playing jokes and messing with people. So the joke still is pretty regularly on me. To make this short and sweet, sorry about short, but sweet. I believe people have strengths and weaknesses that when paired with others can create balance or chaos. I believe that true lasting love is the product of that balance, combined with mutual respect, the capacity for vulnerability, loyalty, someone's intentions, the list goes on and on. But whatever that recipe or combination is, I recognize it as the very soul of our friendship. I recognize it in my own marriage, probably because we had a front row seat growing up with Mike and Diana. And Neil must know it too, because it's apparent between Lloyd and Viv. And you two knew it. You two had it right from the start. I think Riley knew it. I definitely knew it. I'm not exactly sure when Neil knew it, but the way that he took to loving and choosing you, I've got to believe that he knew it from the beginning too. So in the most beautiful place in the world, we have a lot to be thankful for, and plenty of love in these two tonight. So please join me in a toast to Riley and Neil. May their marriage be as strong and beautiful as they are. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, no, definitely his love to Neil right away.
That was a mutual love. Yeah.
Well done, Heather.
Beautiful. Heather, that was so
Good luck.
Oh, I thought you said hold on.
Oh, no.
I'd now like to call it Lindsay Fishbein. Take a breath, Liz.
Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay. I'm from Massachusetts, if you guys don't know, all of you wonderful island people. We are obviously gathered here today to celebrate Neil and Riley, her wedding, which I am so happy to be a part of. Really, all of us are very excited to be here. A little bit about myself. I moved to Florida when I was 24, thinking I was going to start this big, beautiful life. And I was going to do all these wonderful things. And I got really homesick, and I came home. I started working at this bar, and these group of friends would always come in, and I was like, oh, that's really nice. Like, I never really had a big group of friends, and, you know, I'd really love to get to know them. So I started talking to Heather all the time, and Riley would always come up, and hi, and she was just so sweet, and I never really realized that all these tutorials I did at home of dancing would finally pay off, because I bonded with them over the Dougie. I'd get out on the dance floor and we'd all dance, and one thing led to another, and we started hanging out. And one day Riley said, you know, I really don't think you like me. And I said, well, to be quite honest, I don't really know you. So she said, well, I have horses. Why don't you come to my horse barn? Never in a million years would I think that Riley was this amazing, strong, independent woman with a horse. And then I started hanging out all the time. She tried to teach me how to ride a horse. I called Pants, something along the lines of Prancer for about 6 months. She was not happy about that. And I started to become part of this group of friends that really was amazing. But what I didn't realize, it wasn't just a group of friends, it was an entire different lifestyle. It was Riley's parents that I really got to know. Yeah, and I was a little nervous at first, but they took me in, and then, you know, I really became friends with everybody. I got to know her brother. I got to know an entire different way of life. So when Riley invited me to the islands for the first time, Riley and I were like, oh my God, we have to move here. This is going to be amazing. And I remember her starting to date this new guy, Neil. And she's like, yeah, we're going to go, you know, we're going to go camping and, you know, it's going to be great. But we're still going to move to islands. And I truly believe everything happens for a reason. Her horse got very sick. And she said, I can't go, and I also can't pass up this opportunity to get to know this guy that I'm really starting to fall for. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know. And then she moved in with Pat. Now, I wasn't aware of that. I just knew Pat. I wasn't aware that they were actually best friends. And again, as the years went on, I really got to know more and more and more. And I mean, now here we are. I know Viv and Lloyd. I know James and Shayna. I just have come to realize that there is a completely different world out there that you don't need to move 1,600 miles for. And it's all because of Riley. And I do know that Neil and Riley are a really great couple. And I know that they are going to have a very strong marriage due to the fact that both of their parents are amazing people. And yeah, they have a beautiful house. They have a beautiful life together. You guys are really gonna enjoy your marriage. I know you are. I love you both very much. And yeah, let's enjoy this beautiful time in the islands. Here's to Neil and Riley.
Yeah!
And the pig. That was great.
And now I'd like to call up Riley's younger brother, Colby.
Go, Colby!
Evening, everybody. I'm Riley's brother, Colby. And yeah, I'm just happy that everybody finally made it. Like everybody said, it's try number 4. It's been a long time coming, and then through all the road bumps and the hiccups, but here we all are, and that's because I believe everybody had each other's back. It's something that my parents definitely instilled upon me, that if you're a family, you have each other's back. And now, you know, at first I was like, oh, you know, it's a colliding of worlds. No, I rethunk it. It's a joining of worlds. This is families coming together. This is people growing together as family, and we have each other's back. I remember even when Riley was much younger, and I had a bully at one point. It was at a family event, and long story short, she ended up chasing this kid away with one of those big, fat, orange whipple ball bats. Riley's always been scary. She's, you know, but loving at the same time. Somebody who can, you know, train and be loving to a horse, you know, a half-ton animal, and still say, back up, and that horse will back up. And is more on top of, you know, having each other's back. I remember even last Christmas, everybody was here, my parents were here, and we had a flood in Mass, and I was there, and I had to call everybody up on the morning of Christmas Eve, and I said, hey, I need some help. Neil was the first person there. Riley was there, and we got everything done that we needed to get done. And that's really what, you know, even before that, is we know we have each other's back. And it's very important to me. It makes me, I'm getting a little emotional. believe that you are two people that will last and be stronger together. I guess that's about it. Thank you.
I really wasn't going to make a speech, but I really would like to say, Diane and I are truly blessed. Many people have weddings with their children, and
It's nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Berneche. Oh, this is a friend of the bride, or this is a friend of the groom. Every one of these people has been to both of our houses repeatedly. Sometimes there's alcohol involved. Occasionally. We have been to Lloyd and Viv's and become good friends. And I think that's what makes this as magical as it could possibly be. And I feel truly blessed, as well as being able to call Neil my son. If you got to change your name, Riley, it's a good name to change it. Thank you all. Okay, we good. Just got one last bag of tricks. Some 36 years ago, I had the good fortune of going through a union. And this song was our wedding song. And I got Riley this afternoon with the father-daughter dance. Now this one's for my wife. Even in our hearts, some of the lovers we can be. After caring to love and sharing, we dabble in the art, rendering the image that we see. As we all gather round, it's like we ever found. When you stand here on your wedding night, 'cause we're all a part of you, believing what you do, and your willingness to perpetuate the day. In the universal language, love is found in between the lines, pushing the distance that is gone. Magic miles to measure smiles of one so sublime. Need each other more as we live on. As we all gather round, let the light forget about what was meant to the 'cause we're all part of you, believe in what you do, may your willingness perpetuate the day. May your work be the beginning and the day.